Russia pulls out of the grain agreement, it will block and target Ukrainian ships from transporting grain across the Black Sea. The grain agreement signed between Russia and Ukraine through the mediation of Turkey and the United Nations will expire this month. Russia is dissatisfied with the implementation mechanism of the agreement. The Kremlin claims that, contrary to the agreement, a small part of the grain was delivered to poor African countries, and the main part was sold to rich European countries. Another claim of the Kremlin is that, contrary to the promises, the obstacles to the sale of Russian agricultural products across the Black Sea have not been removed. In fact, the Kremlin wanted to withdraw from the Takht agreement in the previous months. However, the owner of the Kremlin, Vladimir Putin, did not want to create additional problems for Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who is fighting with his opponents in the presidential election campaign in Turkey. The election is behind us and the Kremlin has made it clear that it has no plans to extend the grain agreement. The withdrawal of the Kremlin from the agreement will create problems for Ukraine. Thanks to this agreement, Ukraine has the opportunity to sell its grain to various countries, which is a small source of additional income for the budget. If Russia withdraws from the agreement, it will block and target Ukrainian ships from transporting grain across the Black Sea. In order to discuss this issue, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited Turkey and met with his colleague Recep Tayyip Erdogan. After Zelensky, Erdogan will also discuss with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Erdogan will try to convince Putin that Russia will not withdraw from the grain agreement. This agreement is considered one of Erdogan's significant successes in foreign policy in recent years. The Turkish leader does not want his position to weaken in the municipal elections to be held in March next year.